Hi, this is Luis from sixthreezero, and we're going to show you how to unhinge this noodle from your brake pads. So the first thing you need to do before you even install the wheel's installed, but we're gonna reverse engineer this. We want to release this noodle here. So this noodle has two steps. So this is a dust cover, this black cover here goes into the tip of the noodle, and what you have to do is grab this cable housing, which is this black or chrome component. What you do is with this left hand, you go ahead and you press in with the thumb, and you use your other hand to release it. So you see this noodle here goes into this housing, which has an entry point. You go in and out and you release. So that's the first part. Usually the quick release isn't installed, but I'm going to show you how to do this. So we're going to remove this. Let's say your brakes are installed. When you try to install the wheel, you'll have a hard time because there isn't enough room between the brake pads and the width of the wheel. So what we'll do, unhinge it, like I said, put pressure forward and pressure out. That releases the front wheel. So what we'll do now is I'll walk you through the quick release and how that works. This quick release here applies pressure to both ends of the fork to tighten the wheel. And the skewer has a couple components. Let me just take these out. So this right here is the lever, the skewer, the spring, and the lock cap. So what we want to do is align and figure out how this wheel goes, and you can usually tell by the arrow that's on the wheel itself. Let me locate that for you. If you can't find it, usually the thread itself helps you, and the thread itself has to face forward. So in this instance, we're going to do this. We're going to go ahead and pull it up, and this goes and you insert it into the eyelets of the fork. You're going to go ahead and insert, then you start tightening the lever. You want to make sure that the wheel is centered to the fork itself, or you'll have issues tuning the brakes later. So once you want to make sure this is tight. And once you start feeling resistance at a 90-degree angle, give it a shot and try to close it. If it's hard enough to close, you're doing it right. If it's very loose, you have to give it a couple more turns. And then in this instance, I give it one more. It's too tight. Now it's not loose enough. So what we want to do is take it back, just one, and tighten it. Making sure it's centered. And that's it. So once the front wheel is installed, we just go ahead, we grab the noodle, insert it back into the cable housing, and you're done. You'll tune these brakes in the following steps.